just so that everyone in chat is aware of what's happening, this is part of a paid coaching session on the charity link on the Tiltify for the Samaritans. I've offered some coaching time where you donate to charity, and I do a few coaching sessions. I think there was 5 allocated slots for that, and I think 2 of them have already been claimed, and this is one of them. We're going to be looking at Liv's profile. It is Liv, right? Is that right? Liv one?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you wanted me to have a look at one of your Lulu games, right?
Preferably not that one.
Not this
If you
one.
scroll down a little, no, not that one.
This one?
So just to get, yeah, one of those two.
Okay.
So just to give a little bit of background, I run an esports society.
Okay.
And I am in league intramurals, so I compete against other teams. My team is about gold, like from silver to plat, but ladder sucks. So, like, I'm good with a team that I can communicate with, but when it's all my own, I feel like I just blank.
Okay. The only reason why I'm ever so slightly to look at these games is because they're only 20 minutes.
All my games have been 20 minutes lately.
It's 29.
Yeah, that
Did you run it
Lulu
then? What
game,
happened?
my vein was really tilted at me.
Okay.
And just entered me.
Okay. So you think that's an int game, so you think that's not worth looking at?
Yeah, no.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm happy to. I mean, loss is usually better, so let's have a look at the loss, I guess. Let's have a quick look.
I mean, you'll at least see the laning phase. So.
Cogmore, Lulu, Ezreal. Okay. Right, straight from like just seeing it on paper, I feel like Ezreal is really low kill potential. Ez takes.
So in this game, I was also queued with the ADC.
Okay, perfect. So do you want me to do it from a duo queue perspective, or do you want me to focus on yourself?
I think.
How
Well,
often do
we
you
have an
duo
hour
queue?
for this, right?
How often do you duo?
I do it probably 50% of the time.
With this person?
Sometimes, yeah, mostly him.
Okay.
I haven't been playing too much solo lately because, again, it sucks as a support sometimes.
Okay, I'll keep an eye on some things that your AD carry is doing, just so that you've got some awareness of that.
Yeah.
Actually, one second. Let me pause this and just change something on the stream. There we go. You guys don't need to see the kills and stuff at the top. That's fine. All right. Okay.
I feel like one of my confusions is when to buy pink wards as well.
Okay.
So maybe keep an eye on that.
I sometimes buy pink wards on the first pie only if I've got enough gold. I don't force it.
I'll do it sometimes on Yumi, but
As very first item.
yeah. Instead of a potion, depending on what we're playing against, like if we're gonna be safe or something.
I've never done that personally. I've always found that to be a little bit in. Alright, let's have a look here. So you've got Q poke, okay. That's fine. It's good harassment at the start here. I would say try and look for more autos.
Yeah.
It's good that you're doing like the Q harassment. Okay. Yeah, they're going to be playing scared until they hit 2 as well, at least. Yeah, I was going to say that was a bit deep there. You're lucky you didn't get caught off there. So you had already done the Q poke here. Once you've done the Q, you just back off here. They're not in auto attack range anyway. That's what you're going for here now. I think you realized you hadn't generated enough gold from your auto attacks earlier. So you're going for that. That was nice shield on yourself. It was very close. That could have been a bit oof. Okay, I probably would have told your duo at this point to get ready to Tri-Brush. Okay, you've already been getting ganked down here. It's a nice flash player there from the Rel. Yeah, you just let the Cockmore die here and you just run away. Okay, I just want to just see that fight again.
I think that was just janky from everybody.
Yeah.
I think I did notice the Shyvana.
Right. I mean, it's fine that you guys... It's nice to engage from Rel. I think from here... There's just like
Like,
no
was
way.
my Ignite good there?
Your Ignite's fine. Absolutely fine. Because it would have mitigated... I think you mitigated half of Ezreal's heal from his summoner by getting him earlier.
Okay.
So it's fine. I think at this point you just need to run, like straight away. Like you can't save the Cockmore, he's not gonna get a trade here. Like even staying for auto attacks, I wouldn't even bother. Shield's fine. Yeah, you're stopping for autos. You just need to be like getting out of there as quickly as possible. I don't know if you would have survived necessarily or not after that.
Yeah, I think that's why I was autoing. I think I didn't think I was gonna get out anyway, but I probably shouldn't have flashed if I thought that. Guess I didn't know what I was doing.
I'm gonna say like your flash, yeah, in general, if you know you're gonna die, it's not wise to flash, but both of them did flash. So your flash got 2 flashes out, so in the end it was actually worth it. I think they would have had to flash to kill you anyway, so yeah, it's not that bad. What did you end up buying here? Fairy Charm, boots. Yeah, that's fine. Although I don't know how often you're gonna go out of mana here. Maybe a controlled would have been better. Just wondering like how often you're actually gonna have mana issues anyway on Lulu. I guess if you literally just try spam Q, perma Q in lane, maybe you would then go Okay, so I wouldn't bother polymorphing the Rel here. Because she's already done everything. Like she's done literally every single ability. It would be better just to polymorph the W your Cockmore. Or W yourself there just to get away a bit quicker. You would get a bit more damage out there. Like if the Cockmore didn't have W up for some reason. Or you used it already down here to harass onto the turret for the plate. But yeah, if you had it ready here, this would have been like awesome to do W on Cockmore, because then this roll would actually be like half HP already.
Yeah.
Maybe under that. So there's no point crowd controlling a target that's already done everything. They basically are crowd controlled because they can't do anything anyway.
A lot of people don't play Rel in this elo as well, so I found it a little uncomfortable, I guess.
Has your Cockmore warded?
I think he was warding like bottom bush there, most of it.
I mean, if he's perma pushing like this all the time... I can see why you're warding that bush. I do understand why, because you're worried about like, should we have brush control there? I just would be nervous for you guys because you both have flash down and you have no vision here. So like that would be like the easiest way to get ganked is like from here or from above the river. Going through the lane would be quite difficult. So yeah, with no flashes, I would be concerned about just being re-ganked again by the enemy Shyvana. Yeah, the polymorph again on the Rel doesn't do anything. I think here you just polymorph the Cockmore and see if you can trade a kill. He should have W. He keeps not having W up. Yeah, because he's poking her. Yeah, okay. I think he's still here regardless. You probably W Cockmore or you W Shyvana.
Sure.
There's just no point doing it on the rail, and then yeah, you back off. Yeah, this is better, backing off and letting the Cogmore die, that's fine. Yeah, so like, I don't think Lulu necessarily needs a fairy charm.
Right.
Like, first off, I don't think you have that many mana issues. You shouldn't be like, at this point in the game, you're not really spamming Qs anyway. So if you had a control ward, like you could have had a control ward here and then look to do a normal ward into the tri-brush for vision. And yeah, this Warwick's been AFK. This Warwick is not in the game at the moment. That's why you're facing probably some extra jungle pressure. But we're still scaling. What did you end up buying? Vandal glass, that's fine. Yeah. There's no reason to W the rel. Like, it's the same with like Leona. Like if she goes in and like lands the engage on say the Cogmore here, I would just walk up and probably just polymorph the enemy AD carry. Because that's like the only follow-up that's going to be coming through. Because otherwise then after the crowd control ends, Cogmore's then free and then he can retaliate really well with his W. Once you hit 6 as well, you could like look to disengage with that as well.
Now that I'm watching it back, I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do that on a lot of enchanters and stuff. They see the first thing that's happening, the tank going in, and think, oh, I need to like crowd control this. This is like, but it's actually not the priority. Once the tank goes in, within like half a second, they've used most of their cooldowns immediately. So just crowd controlling them at that point is just no use. You're looking to either increase your AD carry's DPS after the stun ends, or mitigating the damage coming from the enemy AD carry. Yeah, at least we got vision on that bush now, that's good. Okay, so in a situation like this, I think you need to try and help push in this lane, even if it's just auto-attacking this kind of minion just a bit quicker.
I was just so scared because Shyvana, I guess we probably saw her, but...
I mean, you've got decent vision here, like, ish for now. But, like, if Cogmore's farming in this location here, he's here even longer doing this. So you just need to get this wave sorted out. I didn't know what you mean though, but both of you have flash now though, so it's not super scary. And you still don't have a jungler. Okay. Alright, I think you polymorphed Rel again. So yeah, here would be, if this was like an AD carry, like, I'm just trying to think, like a Vayne or someone like auto-attacking a lot.
Ezreal can just stay so far back.
Well, it's just that he needs to reposition at this point. This is why this combo is bad, because how deep Rel has to go. Look at the minions blocking the Ez. He can't do anything. So there's a few things that you can do here in this specific situation. Definitely don't polymorph the Rel. I would wait until the crowd control ended and then just W the Cogmore so he gets maximum W uptime. Then I would consider positioning myself occasionally in front of the Ezreal, like in between, just to block the occasional Mystic shot and just keep him a little bit more healthy.
I unfortunately did not have 6 here.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage. Oof.
Yeah, that was my bad.
Yeah, you see how like Ez did a W there, but he actually, like in the entire crowd control there, Ez actually hasn't hit yet. We'll probably Arcane Shift because of the W now. That's Rel ulti. Yeah, like if you had like a polymorph for Ezreal
I think
here.
we could have also done something there.
Well, if you had 6, you could have disengaged from the Rel engaged completely there, I think, and then turned it.
I needed to just bail here.
Yeah. One second, a donation just came through. Thank you, Jazzy. Thank you for the £3 donation. That's very kind of you. I think you guys were already on the back foot anyway, and yeah, it sucks you went 6, but yeah, that if you just had a polymorph for either the Cogmore or the Ezreal, it would have been interesting to see how close that potentially could have been. Okay, so do you know what's happened here?
Where?
Yeah, okay. So you guys just died, right?
So we bought.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't.
Exactly. So you guys just need to just keep them here as long as possible, because currently Ezreal is holding 2,000 gold and Ro's holding 1,000 gold. So they have 3,000 gold here in their pockets of unused items, whereas you guys have spent everything. So technically you two are actually stronger here, even though you guys have died repeatedly in lane.
So if a tower plate is at risk here of minions and they haven't backed, do you still just try to keep them there, or do you stop the minions from getting the plate?
So if they're going for a plate here at this turret, do you prioritize hitting them or wave clearing? What's the question? Sorry, what did you ask?
Like if the minions are up really far and we have to pass the minions to keep them?
Okay, so that
in lane?
Okay, so at that point, yeah, it's difficult to then keep them in lane. It depends on the champion that you're playing, because you could have abilities to help you face check these bushes without having to do that, or if you've already got vision. If you already have vision on these people and you feel confident enough to harass, I would say it could potentially be worth the gamble.
Okay.
And if you had flash up and stuff as well, you could like bait it out and stuff. But this is like the perfect time anyway. Like, you guys are doing the right thing here right now anyway. Like, the Ezreal's now on like really, really low health. You could like look to potentially freeze this lane or push this in really, really hard and look to get your own turret plate here. It gives you just like extra free gold because they got too greedy basically. But if they do end up buying, you just need to punish it. No. Okay, good cleanup from Cogmore there. Okay, let me just check your ult there as well, Monreal. So you guys did exactly what I wanted you to do, is just punish these guys for not recalling and buying. So you're stronger than them, which you've identified. Yeah, I mean, your Lulu ult was fine. It was good. I thought that Ez was going to survive there, but it was a really nice Cogmore ulti. I think the polymorph, what you did there on the Rel in that situation is fine. Just reduce her movement speed a little bit, so could, you know, easy Cogmore auto. She was going to die basically anyway.
Pantheon was a little sus, but okay.
He's helping. So you guys just need to, yeah, it's just shoved in. You can recall here, that's fine too. So you guys shouldn't actually be that far away from them now in terms of actual gold. Cogmore's actually ahead, 400 ahead. So even though you've been ganked and stuff, you're actually ahead. Which is really good going into like late game. Just a shame you don't have a jungler. He's still level 5. Okay, you do have your ulti. You could have disengaged this. Ult's a little late. Okay, one thing I want you to think of is, like, your health bar can be extended over to Cogmore's health bar just by helping block skill shots here.
Yeah.
So try and just, I know it's gonna hurt taking a couple of Qs, but it's like, it's rather you than the Cogmore, right?
Yeah, I'd rather me die.
Well, hopefully you don't die, but it's just like you can take a couple of those Qs.
If it had to.
Yeah. So yeah, the Lulu, I mean, the thing is, against a Rel, once she engages, she's then slowed anyway because she has to walk around. So if you're able to disengage this, it stops the Rel from getting behind the Cogmore. So then she ends up like in front, so it gets really hard for her to like properly crowd control. So if you stand in front here, you save a little bit of this Cogmore's HP. He's probably more like on half health. You can't really trade and look for too much anymore. Okay, good shield. I think you guys just need to recall here. Like Warwick's not going to be able to help. I think you just you let them have a plate here. Acknowledge you lost that fight, but like don't die for it. Although this is happening. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on here. Oof. Yeah, not sure how this like stems out because Shyvana does run away. The Cogmore gets a bit greedy here on the Ezreal.
Did the Warwick
Here's an
just
okay
leave?
trade. Yeah, the Warwick left because he's chasing the Shyvana, but even if he was here, I don't think you guys would have won anyway. He's really weak. Yeah, ideally you guys just recall after you push out this wave. Like here is a recall. You guys just need to restart. I don't like you guys being here on half health.
I think if Annie maybe came towards the Shyvana and like pinched her.
Yeah, it's this has baited you guys out of a decent recall. I think by the time Shyvana gets here though, you still got you can instantly try and look for a recall though, because obviously you're not going to be able to catch up to that Shyvana when she's at that point there. I think Cogmore does an okay trade there, but it's a little greedy. It's nice as play. Their bot lane are playing
They played really well there.
This is silver, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I think silver 2 at this point. I literally gain 15 LP and I lose 16 LP. It's brutal.
Just win more than forehead. So where did you go? Where are you going here? You going Shreddies?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah,
I pretty much never go Moonstone on Lulu.
Yeah, yeah. Not sure how much we're gonna get from this game because you're jungle DC'd and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only like the main flaw I can only see is that
My polymorph
on tanks, if they've already done everything, there's just no point. It's just a waste of a spell. And try like if you're up against a champion like Ezreal who's going to do skill shots like that, don't be afraid to, and if you fall like you know very high health, just look to block those. It becomes a lot more important in those earlier fights. Because his Q won't be doing as much damage. Just to see if we can find an example of that. This is where the Shyvana comes down, isn't it, soon? Yeah, it's just not too much you can do here. Like the polymorph on the Shyvana here could buy some time, but Cogmoth still dies anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't... I mean, we've got a couple of points. I'm going to see if I can use this time to find another game. I don't want to get too fixated on that one because I don't think there's anything you can else
one.
You need to look at this Yumi one?
Close to it was yesterday. The first defeat I had right there.
This one? Huh? Okay, that's fine. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, hopefully those pointers okay. Sorry, there's nothing really else for me to see.
Like, I feel like I know a lot of the time what I do wrong. I'm just dumb and keep doing them. Well, I feel like for me it's just a few little things, especially in solo queue.
Well, I don't think you were aware of the polymorph thing on the tanks, so now you know that's going to help a bit, isn't it? Okay, so playing Ezra. Is this solo queue or duo queue?
This is solo.
Okay. Alright. What did you start? Potions, good. So you're going into Swain, so that you can...
I think I was first pick here, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I think you've got Ezra. Vayne counters Ezra later on. Swain can interrupt Yumi, but I think early on this lane isn't that bad for you guys. I would say like harass the Swain here would be my prior target, just because he's relatively squishy pre-6, and the Vayne can like generally lie still up a little bit anyway, whereas Swain can't. So any damage, any Qs you land will be sticking onto him. I think you can unattach here. Oh wait, Vayne's AFK. Are you sure about this game?
I don't think she was AFK for long. I think it was just 2 minutes. She comes back and then they win.
Right, can we find a new game?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna help. I would have just said there though, like look for more harassment rather than sticking onto the Ezra as much there. The Sumi game here? It's a perfect game though, but is that a stomp?
Yeah.
Do you guys absolutely decimate bot lane?
Not necessarily. Braum kind of inted though.
Alright, we can have a look at this Yumi game.
Unlucky. Because, like, when you have other coaching sessions, sometimes, like, they know beforehand. So I probably would have just played more normal games, but...
Let's just see. I want to find a decent, like, game when no one's AFK.
Does this happen as much in...
Nope.
this elo in the US?
AFKing people? Yeah, that's why people are low at yellow. Because people have... Generally, people in low at yellow have worse connection and worse PCs.
So my collie's AFK.
Okay, right, let's find a new one then. I want one game when no one... How is this happening?
Probably the older ones.
What about the Senna one? You want me to have a look at this one?
God, no. I don't play Senna.
No?
I don't know what I was doing, to be honest.
This Lulu one here? 111? You didn't want me to look at it though, did you? Because it's...
I was kind of tilted, and Vayne was kind of tilted.
I'm running out of options here. So...
You can watch whatever.
Alright, I'll have a look at this Lulu one then.
If you can see the chat, cover it up.
I won't be able to, it's fine. I think.
People were screaming at each other.
Alright, is anyone AFK? No. Alright, wow. Okay, brilliant. Progress.
That's a good start.
Okay, we can work off this. So it's Vayne Lulu versus Ezra Zillion. Okay, this is interesting.
I hated this lane.
Yeah, so it's double poke versus like scaling carry. So you guys should find it hard early.
Zillion can just take so much of a lane.
It's just rough, really rough for you guys. Like Doran's shield potentially here on a Vayne would be good. You do the right choice going E as well. I would consider against double poke, you might want to think about Relic shield. You don't necessarily have to, it's up to you, but just a thought. Bit of creep block there. Yeah, you're taking such a massive... This is what I mean. Like, Relic shield here would mean that you wouldn't have to do that. Like, you're looking for gold. Whereas you could have just hit like this melee minion here, for example. You've had to go so far in. Your Vayne's quite far away from you from doing this as well. So if they do trade on you here, then Vayne isn't going to be able to back you up anyway, because she's way too far away.
Should Vayne be up with me, or should I be back with Vayne here? Ideally.
She just got harassed and she just walked back. I think it's difficult for you guys to look for a kill anyway. Like if you had actual threat pressure level 1, level 2, then she would be looking to move up, but she's unlikely to anyway. She just wants to farm till 6 basically. So you just need to hang back. That's why Relic Shield works, because you can just hang back here. Because now you're forcing a fight early from the auto hits there. So yeah, you just got massively traded on there. Like, the only way you can really do this in terms of harassing with a spell thief is you have to do it from a brush, I think, and then go in and out, rather than out in the open like this. That was a good cue. Okay, they wasted exhaust. Just be careful though. You are going quite deep for the trades by yourself.
Like, I wouldn't do that if I didn't have flash.
Yeah, but you don't want to like lose flash this early on anyway though.
That's true.
Wow. Okay, I just want to watch that back. There's some weird noise coming from your microphone, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
Just trying to work out if you could do anything better here. You kind of get caught here, and it ends up actually being like an accidental bait here. I like the BM taunt. Yeah, you couldn't really get into Ignite range there. That was kind of a weird fight. That only happened because you kind of overextended. And then Vayne overextended off of that. Really, that shouldn't have happened in the first place, but... Okay, I don't like this wave state that you guys just left this. This is horrible. This is like the worst thing you could do in a lane.
We were low and... I don't know.
Is this are you duo with this person?
No.
No, yeah.
So I know
yeah, I know
he
you
was
guys are
backing
low,
and I
but
didn't.
like... I think you kind of instigate it though. Because you're
I
the
guess
first
so,
one to
yeah.
recall. Maybe he would stay if he didn't recall. But he was like, okay, I'm going to lose my support, so I have to go back anyway. But yeah, I think you have to potentially look to stay here. I mean, ideally Vayne doesn't push this back in anyway. Like, ideally here... Yeah, because you already started shoving in anyway. It's just really awkward.
We did leave on a cannon though, which
isn't good.
no.
It's literally the worst wave to leave it on, because it's now they could freeze this, and you're going to lose a cannon. Okay, they don't freeze it. Ash is actually pushing this back, and so is Cillian, but yeah, you guys lose a cannon for that. It's kind of funny what's happened there. Did you see what just happened? Like, the Vayne is doing the same as you were doing earlier, like going trading up by herself. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you did get kind of blocked out by this bomb, so it's fair. But yeah. I do like this link up again though, the re-engage, looking potential possibility here. I like that you're looking for Q. What did you go for? Mana regen again. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
I think
That makes no sense.
Yeah, you did it again. So you polymorphed
I think I
Lulu
just
when he's
panicked
already
there.
done. Yeah, yeah. So what I would have done there?
I think the reason I did that was to try to stop the Nunu from getting Vayne. Like, I knew I was dead there.
I don't think you have to. I think you can survive this. Right. So what you do here is you take the explosion, you shield yourself or whatever you can, right? Then you W yourself to this wall here. This bit here. Can you see this bit?
Yep.
And then you can actually flash over that. I think you survive if you do that. At the very least, you force out them to at least flash, because, like, if you have to flash, best case, like the best worst case scenario is that you make them flash as well. Okay. So like here you have to like flash to look to escape anyway. But I'm assuming you're probably gonna die. Yeah.
Whereas, I don't know why Vayne.
Whereas if you can get to this crescent here, this
yeah,
whatever that's called, alcove then you can flash over there, and if they want to keep persisting chasing on you, they have to join in the flash as well.
Sure.
So I'd look to do that for sure. Hey, Samaritan's Charity. Yeah, we're having a great stream, thank you. So yeah, I would look to do that. Yvain does find a kill, which isn't terrible.
I do think she could have gotten out there though.
Yeah, she could have gotten out. I think she just took the trade, which...
Is that worth it there?
It's hard to say because they could tile dive her. So I don't know if she can... Let me just watch this bit now. So... Yeah, sucks that she flashed because Nunu actually died, but...
Yeah, we did get exhaust there though.
Is that worth...
But it does put the wave in a trash spot.
Yeah, so she's gonna miss all of these red minions for sure. It's just like, if in theory, if she stayed under turret, could she survive? Maybe, because they're quite low.
Yeah.
If she had known that the Nunu was gonna die, then yeah, she wouldn't have flashed in. So it's a little unlucky there. But I think you definitely could have got away by looking for this escape here.
Okay.
So if you didn't use the polymorph on the Nunu, even you could have probably actually escaped the way that you did anyway if you were able to W yourself. So yeah, look, always, yeah, just don't bother polymorphing tanks, honestly, unless they're literally the only person there. Alright, so you guys clean up. You guys just need to push in this wave as quickly as possible. Okay, I'm gonna say some things I don't like here, okay? You ready?
Sure.
Okay, so...
Push in the wave with my vein.
So Ash, yeah, Ash died, push in the wave. If the urgency here is Dragon, this ward, it does absolutely nothing for you that you put here. This is absolutely nothing. Because this is a ward that you would place if you were red side, not blue side. Because you already know what's happening, like, behind the pit. So you can be more aggressive with your vision and put it, like, higher up into the river. To help
so I shouldn't be warding Dragon Pit as much on blue side?
No.
Huh.
Honestly,
I did not know that.
like, I wouldn't even put a ward here anyway. If red side, I would be still in the river.
Okay.
Because they can't sneak it over. They can't, like, jump over the... Like, say for Baron, for example, you could, like, in theory, jump over the wall and take it, right? Out of vision.
Yeah.
But, like, they can't do that from your side of the map. They can't jump over your blast cone and take the dragon stealthily. They can't sneak this. They have to go through the river to take it. So, like, you might as well...
And we got Scuttle here, yeah.
Well, yeah, you're gonna get Scuttle anyway, yeah, so that's, like, the vision there. So, like, you could ward the pixel brush here. You could ward this brush here. Like, just ward elsewhere. Do you know what I mean? Because, like, you're just... This ward is giving you no value at all. Especially if you're pulling the dragon as well. Like, you know... You can see you're actually doing dragon, so you don't need to have that ward there giving you, like, unnecessary vision. It's much better to see if they're coming in to interrupt this. So yeah, I'd say that this ward is minus value.
This is where I start inting.
Okay, in that case, polymorphing Nunu to try and help us and stop him from, like, doing his combo on the dragon is fine.
Yeah.
Polymorph comes in. Okay, so at this point you need to decide whether you're fighting this or you're running away. This is a good Nunu ulti. I think you're dead no matter what here. You've already used your polymorph. There's nothing else you can really do here.
Why did I run into the pit? We will never know.
I don't think it really matters. I think you're a gunner anyway. But yeah, back to that ward. Like, so if this ward was in this pixel brush, you guys would have had a heads up about the Viego. But there's a couple of issues with pulling this dragon here anyway. Like the macro fundamentals here. Like, look at the wave states right now. Like at mid, you have no prio. Like, mid is being pushed in anyway, so this Viego is free to come down. You haven't got your mid lane here, and he has no TP. So you're already going to be... If they want to contest this dragon at this point anyway, you're already a man down.
Okay.
This wave is bad. Vayne didn't push it in all the way. Look how many blue minions there are versus red. So you're going to be losing resources here. All these blue minions are going to kill these red minions. And the wave state will... you probably lose this next wave coming through as well. Because of this wave state, if you don't get back in time. So it's always like waves first, then the objective. For this reason. And you... To be honest, I don't know if the Shaco wanted to do the dragon or not. But once again, it's like another instigation from you. So you initiated the dragon, you pulled it out. But you guys aren't ready for it. So before you like look to call for these objectives, just make sure the waves are good, like next to the objective. Because if both these waves were pushed in and you lose this, it's not like ultra terrible because you're not also losing minions, but you're losing minions now. You do get the dragon, but now you give them kills as well, so gold swing is going to be pretty huge, I think, for the enemy team. Now look at this wave state. Ugh. Look how many minions, blue minions there are. We need to look at it in pain and agony. Like, imagine if they froze this as well. Like, yeah, if they freeze this. If they were able to freeze that as well, that would be so devastating. Yeah, they managed to, I mean, the Zillion passive as well, but because of that big wave that they managed to claim and that you basically missed out on, they're already level 6 and just a level 4 and getting chunked. So, yeah, I think, I can't remember if you guys win this or not. I don't think you do. But I would say like that moment there in this game was absolutely huge early for you guys in terms of like losing resources and things.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you, like before I progress, do you I need to make sure you understand like everything that happened there in those last 2 minutes. Is there any questions that you have there or anything?
I don't think so. I know what I did wrong, and yeah, I just think it was unlucky and bad.
Did you say unlucky?
Well, that Viego coming down and being in our jungle was kind of unlucky, but the dragon was not good.
Yeah, this play, I mean, is, yeah, I wouldn't say there's any luck to this, including the Viego coming down. It's just because you guys are now incredibly weak. They're just looking to exploit it. So I wouldn't say there's an element of luck here. There's things that you could have done here to prevent any of this from happening in the first place.
Yeah.
Like from having the deeper ward in rather than warding the dragon that you're already doing anyway in the first place, to making sure that, you know, the wave states are where they should be. You should have identified that, you know, your echoes and base have no TP, so you can't help. So there's like 3 big mistakes there that happened. So let's zoom through him. Yeah, this is that alone, that dragon fight and this minion wave, this blue minion wave, is going to set you back so much that you guys need to play very, very like careful at this point. Like let this wave push in, for example. One thing I do find kind of insane is that they've got a controlled here. I think they've had it the entire time. So yeah, like when you come back into lane here, especially when it's so deep, when your wave is like this, you should just be like making sure you've got vision sorted. Like when it's that deep as well, you can look to get a ward in the river here as well via the avenue of your tri-brush.
Okay.
Do you not have wards ready? No, you don't. You don't, no. Big shutdown for Vayne though, killing the Viego. I would have W'd the Vayne quicker though. It was a little slow. Okay, that was close. Nice bait. Winky smiley face. Yeah, I think you would have to recall here. I wouldn't risk it, yeah. But it's kind of another thing, like, if you had Relic Shield, maybe you would have had the gold for wards in sooner, but at least you got them
That
in
makes
now.
sense, yeah.
It's just safer. Like, Lulu is generally easy to get those stacks. But against double poke, and you're playing with a hyper, like a carry like Vayne, it's really difficult.
And I know that I could have my thing normally done by like 8 minutes.
Okay, so we have an interesting part of the laning phase now.
What am I doing?
It's fine. What you're doing is actually fine. So your AD carry is recalled. The only thing, you obviously don't want to be fighting this 2v1. The only thing you can do is try and gain map control for your team safely. So this is fine. Ward and the brush is fine. Checking the tri brush. What I would do here at this point actually is, because like you're not going to be able to re-enter this lane anyway because it's 2v1. Maybe you catch at the turret, maybe. But an option is just going up here and getting a ward into this brush, just to protect your backline. Or maybe you could get around like from here, go and ward the pixel brush here.
Okay.
Just because ideally you don't want to be in a 2v1. Because if I don't know, okay, Ash didn't have ulti, but like say if she did, like you'd be like Ash arrows and in double bomb. You'd be like really close to whether or not you would die here. Yeah, because like now this is exactly why. Because now your Vayne will want to come in and fight, especially against the low health Zillion, but now you just traded really badly here. Yeah, you guys just need to engage as quickly as possible here, really. I know there's a wave here, but if they're willing to overstay like that, then you can maybe look to punish. Okay. Did you W yourself?
This was the smallest brain right here. This was not good for me.
Yeah, you shouldn't have W'd yourself there. You're nearly at that close to the Vayne now.
But then I go for the stupid fruit and I die for it, I think.
Yeah, it's a bit cheeky.
Yeah, this is a bit
You got
of
flash.
a small brain game, but yeah.
You could probably turn this. Good TP coming down. I think potentially there was an outplay there, but it would need, the Vayne would need to do the majority of the work there. I can just pause it here. What boots do you have? Alright, okay, I want you to do something in your games. I want you to get boots of lucidity before you get any of the other items. Okay, because this is the problem with Lulu, is catching up with your targets with W. You can't get in range in time. So I want you to prioritize and getting lucidity boots in.
Like, after
you could get the first item. Honestly, you could get it depending on your gold situation, but you get it in early. So this situation doesn't happen where you're a second or two behind the Vayne. Yeah, because she's got tier 2 boots, and then you W her, and then she's zoomed off, and then you're like trying to catch up. So yeah, don't bother with the Kindle. Definitely don't bother with the Kindle if you haven't got tier 2 boots in already.
Okay.
You could even get it like first. You could even go like Fairy Charm into tier 2 boots. Just make sure you get the tier 2 boots in early, okay?
Yep.
I think your ult there is fine. That's the kind of thing with Lulu, is that what I'll say is, in Silver ELO, you are putting a lot of trust in your AD carries. I will say your AD carries have been decent-ish on this ELO, quite surprisingly. But you just need to, like, because of that, you need to just make sure you get, like, even if you play Lulu perfectly at this ELO, it's still very difficult to get the wins through just because you're relying on your AD carries. I mean, you're still doing that in high ELO, but like high ELO AD carries are better than.
That's fair. Yeah.
So a lot of the Lulu is a multiplier. I don't know if you've heard me say this, but like Lulu is a multiplier.
Mhm.
So like if your AD carry is 0, you're multiplying nothing.
Yeah.
So that I'm sure you're fully aware of that. So it's the same with like the skill and stuff as well. If they haven't got the skill, then it's going to be very difficult for you to get much out of that.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's definitely things I'm seeing that you can improve. You just walked past the control, by the way.
Oh no, dude.
Sorry.
I think
Happens.
we kept it there. Well, it's like we know it's there and it's not doing a lot for them.
No. It's like the worst excuse ever.
I don't know.
It is, it's
I
the
told
worst.
you not to watch this game.
So yeah, that's not a legit argument. If you've ever heard that being a legit argument, that's like fake, because this tells them so much. This tells them where your jungler isn't. So they know that your jungler isn't at chickens or in this area here. So it only means that they could be that he's up here or he's down here, right?
Cool.
So it
Yeah.
limits like the areas of like where Shaco can come into. So Viego feels safe to do this right now because he knows for sure Shaco isn't here.
Mhm.
So like yeah, like even if it's like not giving vision, it's still giving vision if it's in a deep enough area. So once again, just don't get poked down before your AD carry comes down.
Yeah.
This is a good scout. This can help prevent TPs from coming from top lane. The last thing you need if you're starting a 2v2 is Mordekaiser TPing behind you. This is better vision control. I think you just walked that bomb into your vein.
It's fine.
Right, watching the Zillion bomb. Alright. Luckily Vayne's alive still, so she doesn't really care. Yeah, the same combos happening to you over and over again. There's no reason for you to, at this point in the game, to look for harass. Just let the Vayne do most of the work at this point, because you can't, even if you get like one auto attack in here worth of value, you're doing like what, 40 damage with an auto attack with plus picks or something?
Yeah.
40, 50
and their
damage?
range is bigger than mine anyway.
Yeah, by the time you walked up into range, you've already been slapped, and then by the time you get out again, you're getting slapped again. So it's like literally no point.
Yeah, even though I like inted my veins,
Yeah,
she added me after the game.
Yeah.
Tragic.
Back to that, yeah. So against double poke, just don't even, like, especially once we're at the 15-minute stage in the game. Like very, very early on, if you're linking up with your AD carry, you remember how I mentioned that earlier back?
Yeah.
Trying to find it. Yeah, back here. So here, where like your vein needs to be a bit closer for you to be able to do this. Because the next one here, you're going to get punished. Because see, you don't want to be in a situation where the vein is this far away from you. At this point, you should be clicking back because you're way too deep. But you keep going in, and then they trade back really nicely on you. So you go from like 90% HP down to, what, about 30? So if you're not too sure about double poke, honestly, just take the relic shield. I know it doesn't feel as nice, especially when you lose out on the mana regen and something, but it's like you don't really have much of a choice. It's all about getting to that mid game anyway. I think I'm gonna watch your epic death again.
We gotten ganked this game.
Have you got ganked this game?
I don't think so.
What, from Shaco?
Yeah.
No, but Nuni's only come down once, right?
Fair.
I think if you've only been ganked once as a bot lane, I think that's pretty good going.
Compared to most games in this elo, yeah, one's pretty good.
I'm starting to run out of time, but I'm just trying to see if I can find anything else here. That looked okay. Okay. That's nothing really there I want to comment on. Just trying to see if I can find something glaring issues here. Okay. So at this point in the game, you should be trying to get some sort of vision down. Trying to link up with your vein. Good. Okay, so in fights like this, like you've already used a lot of your cooldowns, for example. What the hell? Okay. Well, we've bugged out the game. Okay. Okay, the game's broken. One thing I wanted to say is like this vein, for example.
Yeah.
Like you've used your cooldowns for her already, and you're near enough this brush. Just get a ward in this brush. Like in fights, try and get wards planted down in the brushes just so you don't lose vision of people.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that concludes the hour. I mean, there were a couple of pointers there as well, so it was mainly Lulu games we looked at, wasn't it? So W's on tanks need to stop. We have try and get those boots of lucidity in earlier.
Sure.
Do potentially lean into a control word still rather than a fairy charm. I think I think Lulu doesn't really have that many glaringly bad mana issues. It's not really that bad. You might need to go fairy charm first if you go relic shield.
Okay.
But then at least you're safer. Try not to get poked down when your AD carry is not in lane. You want to be looking like full health for those fights. Well, especially remember if you guys are 6 anyway. When looking to do dragons or baron even, just make sure you've got the vision set up, right?
Yep.
And the vision set up first it's waves. Because you don't want to be leaving the lane unless the wave's sorted out, right?
Yep.
So wave first, then vision, and then check for your champions basically, and then pull the objective. So just do a quick champion check. Do we have like the numbers to actually do this? And then pull. But always wave before roam. Wave is always first. Always sort out the wave state first, because no matter what, good or bad, that happens on the map, at least you got that is something that you can like guarantee happening for your team. Because it's just free resources. It's like literally a kill being wasted if you ruin a wave like that. So wave, vision, objective. Okay?
Yep.
Is there anything else? I think that was pretty much everything.
Cool.
Do you have any questions?
Not really off the top of my head that I haven't asked already. But yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully that helps you out in your games. Hopefully it gives you some pointers into the right direction.
Now that I'm actually like watching it back, it's like, what am I doing?
I think a lot of people like that. I just think a lot of people don't look at their own games as well, so that kind of happens anyway.
Yeah.
I think obviously when you're playing your own game, you get tunnel vision into like champion positioning or things like that. So
For sure.
just
I mean, I was bronze 4 at the beginning of this season, I think.
right. So you're already climbing pretty fast then.
Yeah.
So there wasn't really like too many like glaringly bad like mechanical issues, but I will say like playing Lulu and Yumi on the mechanical front, it's not the hardest champions to play anyway, but they're pretty strong anyway, so it's fine.
You wanna know a secret?
Like, but the thing is, it's just like though there are still big mistakes that you are making, so just make sure you be careful of that basically.
Yeah.
So
this was the first season that I played with QuickCast.
Nice. Well, congratulations.
Everyone screamed at me because I didn't use QuickCast, and I forced myself into it.
Yeah, you probably already noticed a big difference, right?
So, people in the chat, use QuickCast. I climbed an entire tier.
Well, I hope, as I said, eventually hopefully those pointers help you out. I mean, you should get a couple more consistent wins in through and stuff. So, yeah. feel free to DM me if you have any like minor issues or questions that you want me to. I'll get back to you on that as well. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. All the best. Take care. Thanks.
See ya.